All right, yes, I know you are there, keeping faith with the program Rock City 101.9 FM Citizens Forum on the Daybreak Show, the midweek edition. Dele Ayodo remains my name.
And I am Agimerio Uihinan.
All right, and like we mentioned earlier on, we'll take this apology. We are waiting him, our guest, publisher of the Sahara News, Omoyele Showore. We will be looking at the topic. Of course, we all know the role, the emergence of social media. First, in Nigeria's politics, I think it played a major one actually in 2015 elections, and ever since then or before then, we had different arms of government, elected officials, even appointing people to mount their social media pages. We have special advisors, personal assistants on social media for the president, for governors, and even senators. That shows the importance or the arrival of that medium in Nigeria. Well, plus or minus, a lot of criticism have gone whether it's being appropriately used in Nigeria. Today, everybody who's a fireball iPhone is a journalist. Taking pictures and posting whatever they think. Some people have also said that it's as a result of the failure of the conventional media that we have, the newspapers, television, and the radio. As you do, I don't know. That's my constituency. I'm part of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'm not going to absorb myself. But those of you who are looking at it, let's together do a critique of this this morning. The 2019 elections, the role the social media will actually play in Nigeria's general elections. It can sway it for anybody or against anybody. People are talking about the President Trump experience, the most social media active president today, and we all saw what the social media did, and the investigation is still, we are all hearing about what the social media did in the Trump's election campaign and eventual emergence as the president of the world's most powerful nation. We will, for sure, he will join us, Omoyele Showore, to look at this together with you.
All right, definitely. Quickly going back to the 2015 general election.
2015.
Yes, Dele, I must really say that social media actually played a major role, because it was just like it was emerging then, and many Nigerian youth took to the social media, and so many things happened then. Now, when you talk about exchange of information, all right, okay, we will just quickly go on a break now. All right, and we will be back afterwards.
All right, yes, we'll continue as we expect Omoyele Showore, publisher, Sahara Reporters Online. Is an online news publication, a popular one for that matter. We are looking at how the social media will sway, or what role it will play in the 2019 general elections.
All right, like I was saying before we went on that break, I said that the year 2019, I really saw, or 2014 rather, the year 2014 preceding the year 2015, that we had a major general election. I was on the social media as well, and I saw so many things, so many activities on the social media then. And the youth especially, they were on the social media, and that was where a lot happened. And information was exchanged amongst the youth on that social media platform. And at a point in time, even the grown-ups, the adults, and those who were no longer the UK, I would rather see them as the youth at heart, also joined as well. And so many things happened then. And like you rightly said, even we had some politicians actually coming on it. And even now, activities have begun already on social media, and you can see a lot happening there. Well, maybe some are rightly informed, some are wrongly informed, because you get to have all sorts of things coming on with wrong information, wrong pictures, wrong videos at times, and you just see some people at times look alike and then be attacked. But the truth is, we're going to see a lot happening come 2019, which of course it's begun already, and a lot will happen on our social media platforms. It's already happening. We can see that.
All right. Yes. No matter what you think, like you said, a lot will happen. And like you said, if you look back 2014, pre-election year campaign period, just like we have now, and today, you will also agree that a lot of sophistication has come in
Oh, definitely.
into the use of social media. A lot of awareness has come in. Again, whether they are being positively exploited or not is a different issue, but a lot has actually come in into that medium of disseminating information. One thing that I can confirm, the evidences and proofs are there, is that particularly in 2015 and other elections after, the social media has helped to actually reduce rigging in Nigeria, because people will immediately post the pictures, videos of those we have snatching or doing some wrong things at polling centers. You can immediately, almost immediately, it goes viral. Everybody is seeing. If you are a security agency, you are not doing what you are supposed to do, then you are likely to be poached by those who have the different items they use on things. We have online, the publisher Omoyele Shore is still going to come to the studio live with us, as we, but just a quick one to confirm that he will be here before the end of this first half. But we can engage him in the meantime. Okay, do we have you? Hello, morning, Shore.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. We know you are on your way, but we just want to confirm that so that our listeners can also be assured that you will join us. Is that correct?
Yes. Where are you now?
All right. We are in the studio. You are on live talking to people. They are listening to you as you are talking, as you are speaking. It's a live program, and your voice is being heard. Sure. All right. Yes, that's a confirmation. He will join us very soon.
Hello.
All right, don't worry. So, like we were saying, it actually helped in reducing many of those vices that we do witness in Nigeria's election: ballot snatching, thuggery, negligence, complicity on the part of security agents, intimidation, and threat. And well, the other one that people have also kicked against, of course, we have a law in the Electoral Act against, is the posting of the results online. But if you also check that out, it has also helped in manipulating, or the ones we were used to before, the writing of results. Sometimes we saw many of these pictures, particularly in Rivers State during the 2015 election. We saw it during the senatorial by-election in Rivers State. It was the social media picture that also helped Nigerians to also watch what they refer to as underage voting in some states in the north. Yes, these are some of the areas in which the social media will help. And for those of us who are actually on it too, the participation, how do we get engaged before the election now, just about 9 months away, in sensitizing and educating the voters on what their role should be during the election, on the day of the election, and possibly after the election.
We say no Forum on Rock City 101.9 FM. And at this point in time, before we have a guest come in, we'll leave the lines open and let's have you, contribute while we await the arrival of a guest. And of course, it's still about the social media and its role in the coming election. Talk about the year 2019 general election. The studio lines are 0809 868 7344 or 0909 1469670. The Twitter handle is also available. Tweet at Rock City FM or use the Facebook fan page Rock City 101.9 FM or the short code platform. Type Rock, leave a space, type your thought, include a name, send it to 32120. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Abimeria.
Good morning. We can hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, Bashir of Lagos is my name.
All right, thank you.
Lagos. Alright. On the role of the social media in the coming election, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Well, we must be very happy that we have social media. And at the same time, we must always give kudos to those who invented this very much active means of communication. We have observed in recent times that newspapers, Nigeria, radio houses, television houses, they mostly have some political undertones in terms of reporting their news. Most of them, they belong to one politician or the other. So, and politicians always use some newspapers, radio houses, and television houses as a tool to propagate their political agenda. So, but in the use of social media, it belongs to nobody. It is not controlled by anybody. So, which means the citizens of our country, Nigeria, will be able to hear their view without any political undertone. They will be able to challenge the government of the day. They will be able to challenge the opposition on what they need to do. And that is what.
Alright, Abdul Rashid. Hello, Abdul Rashid. Quickly, we have just about under 30 seconds left. Let me ask this question. Are you happy with the way social media is being used right now in Nigeria?
Mr. Dili, to some extent, I'm happy. In another way, I'm not happy. In the sense that there is no control. That is why I can say I'm not happy. But social media is being used to challenge the government, which you cannot do in many of the newspapers and radio houses or even television houses. So, but in social media, you can call the bluff of the government on anything they are doing wrong.
Thank you, sir. We must give others the opportunity to also have their
say. Thank you, Mr. Lily. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you. Okay.
Hello.
Good morning, Lily.
Morning.
Good morning, Atimerio. Good morning.
Yes, we can hear you. You are on.
Yes, my name is Dr. Unkom, calling from Ashiro. And you asked me a question. You asked the last caller a question. Are you happy with the way social media is being used? And he said he was happy. I'm very, very unhappy. In fact, I have uninstalled some of the apps in my phone because of the way people are using social media. Social media was to be used to communicate and disseminate function. But you never knew that it's not only Nigeria alone. It's being used to propagate falsehood, hate speeches, Photoshop. You remove Buhari's head and put it in Jonathan's head, and then you say snake with the Naira note inside the stomach, Photoshop and all that. Those are the things which is being used to disinform us. And unfortunately for us, we are very gullible people, especially in Nigeria. In the next election, as if social media is being used to disinform, to create confusion, in the next election, we have to be very careful. Social media is going to be used to create problems, anarchy perhaps in this country. But as usual, we will pass through. I am not happy about it. It wasn't meant to be used that way, but in the normal Nigerian way of doing things, we accentuate the very bad portions of social media. We are not saying the truth anymore in social media. In fact, even the so-called tabloids are following them. You just do what you like and say, I copied from here and show pictures from someone which has no bearing with us, and they say it happened in Sokoto State. Those are the things with social media, which I thought would be used to inform people. But now, what are we using it for? I personally am afraid of the next election because of what's going to happen, but because of what social media will do to create problems. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kong. 1 minute, please.
Yeah, my name is Honorable I'm calling from the People's Parliament.
Thank you.
In Abeokuta. As far as I'm concerned, I think once you go along with the social media, although there are some people that normally use it for their own negative or whatever, but I still believe, doing fine. They are giving us information, they are telling us about who is going to contest, who has tested what people's accidents are. So it's better that people try to use it, positively so that, people could be kept abreast of, situations that are happening in the country. And I'm telling you, it's really going to help the 2019 election by the grace of God. Let me allow other people first. God bless you people over there. Thanks for having me. God bless Nigeria. Honorable Amejaji.
Hello. Oh no, that was a clash. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, we have you on air. Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's have your thoughts. Thank you. Good morning.
Hello, Dele, good morning.
Yes, 1 minute,
Admiral,
sir.
good morning.
Good morning.
Abayomi is my name.
All right, in 1 minute.
In 1 minute. All these posts about social media, my only problem is that the deliberate attempt by some people to distort truth, to distort very verifiable information, and it gives me a lot of headache. It saddens my heart that because of political gain or whatsoever gain, we deliberately distort truth and then send it to people. It's very, very unfortunate, and I hope that something could be done very, very soon. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hello. Hello.
0909-146-9670.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Dele.
Yes, we have you. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Dele.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you, Agamerio?
Fine, thank you.
I am Waida. I'm calling from Abeokuta.
All right, you have just 1 minute, sir.
Yes. I am not happy with the way Nigerians, especially youth, has been using the so-called social media. Instead of this social media to be used positively for us, we just had this morning that examination malpractice has been carried out by the help or the aid of one website in the social media right now. That whenever you have
Now is the name calling from Abeokuta.
Right,
If you look at the submission of the submission so far, you realize that there are so many
Just in a minute, Olanimachan. Hello, sir. Hello, Mr. Olanimachan. Hello, sir. Hello, Olanimachan. Let me just say we have Omoyele Shore with us in the studio already. Publisher Sahara Reporters Online. Morning, just and he will take questions. Mr. Shore, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for bringing me your show.
All right. Okay, Mr. Olanimachan.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you can continue. So I just want to let you know that he's already with us.
I was just trying to say that when you make a summation of the calls that are coming this morning, you realize that the vices of the social media is quite a serious situation than the opportunities that are supposed to come from it. It should have been channeled positively. It's a very powerful weapon, the way it should be if we use it effectively. That's why. But the vices, we seriously have to contend with it. And it is obvious that the election will be a very, very serious battle if the vices have to continue gaining momentum the way it is going. Thank you very much for the meantime. I'll have time to call back.
Yes, like we said, we'll permit those of you who've called to call back. He's now with us. Quickly, Mr. Shore, let me ask you, there's this question that my people have been trying to answer. Are you happy with the way the social media is being used right now in the country, in Nigeria?
Yes. I happen to be someone who believes very strongly in social media. I brought about 12 years ago a media platform that relied mostly on social media for distribution of its content and collection of its content. See, what people are complaining about social media is what you complain about every new equipment or every new tool and every new innovation that we come across. There's nothing that we have that cannot be used for good or bad, including water, which include anything. It depends on what you're using it for. But why most people are complaining about social media is because the people in government actually don't like when citizens are interacting. And when the more people interact, the more they control over their minds, they control over their democratic space. The more they ask questions, the more government gets very jittery and unhappy.
Sure. Quite honestly, not just about the interaction that goes on the media, but the fears, the worries of some people, many people, is deliberate falsehood, propaganda that the social media is being used for, particularly in politics.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I understand that, but you ask yourself, who's used propaganda the most? Who's deliberately peddled falsehood the most? Governments. What do they do on the radio stations they have? They lie to you. The TV stations they have, they lie to you. So now that some citizens are misusing it, government feels like they no longer have the monopoly of propaganda and lies, and that is making them feel uncomfortable. I'm not saying that it is right for people to cook up false news. I've been a victim of it several times myself, but that doesn't mean that the majority of the people are not using it for the purpose for which we want it to be, for the advancement of betterment of our society. That is where I'm saying that those minor inconveniences and irritation that comes from people who use it for the force of good or bad is not enough to deter us from understanding that it's also here for good or can be used for good. The example I give all the time is that majority of people who are using social media are good people. But the problem with the good people is that good people they are too afraid to contribute to debate. Bad guys are not ashamed to do the same thing. So when you're there, I give an example. You post something on your Facebook page. The people who don't like you will be there hammering at you. The people who like you will only like the comment. They will never say anything. So you have 200 likes, then there will be 5 comments, and all the 5 comments will be negative. Some of them will even be calling you on the phone to say, I like what you posted, instead of them to just write what they feel. So that's the only way to convert the social media to public good. But you also know that it's also very self-regulating, in the sense that if someone spreads falsehood now, other people who know that it's false would immediately counter them. So that spontaneity, or the instantaneous way you can actually combat false news, is also a good thing that social media has brought. Otherwise, if it was government control, you would never be able to find out.
Are you anti-government?
No, I've always been, I'm anti-bad governments, and I haven't seen one. I haven't seen a lot of good governance around me forever.
In the country?
Yes.
All right, can you add more calls? Yes, let's hear from our listeners. Hello, okay, that's a drop call. Somebody, morning, yes.
So, good morning to you.
Thank you, good morning.
Yeah, I'm Benson Adin. I'm calling from Ijako in Ogun State here.
Yes.
I have been an ardent reader of your Sahara Reporter for many years now.
Thank you.
And as much as it is good to interact with you through the social media, your newspaper, online,
yes,
I can say that to a certain extent in recent times, for instance, the case you have with Senator Saraki,
yes,
in which you have a judgment level of 5 billion against you and your newspaper.
yes.
Then, 2 days back, they also published, made a publication that 10 billion was shared between the Minister of Finance, Central Bank Governor, Senate President of Ghana.
Yes.
These are outright falsehood. And then,
how did you know that it's outright falsehood?
Please, just let me hear the studio respond.
Yeah, you will respond.
Yeah, we don't have time. I don't want you to get away with another falsehood too.
The falsehood I'm talking about, you have been convicted with a hard reporter with 5 billion against Saraki.
It's not true.
You have less than 30 seconds.
It's not true. That's incorrect. That's not correct. You use the word convicted. I was not convicted. That's wrong.
The newspaper has been convicted. If you are not convicted, you are not.
No,
the newspaper cannot convict somebody.
Nobody can be convicted in a civil case. It's a civil case. You should know your facts.
Yeah, sure. Let him go. You have 10 seconds, sir.
What I'm saying, okay, you are interrupting me, please. If it is true that you have been convicted or not, we are waiting for the case, and we are going to meet in court to make sure that anybody that has conviction does not assume any public office in Nigeria. So I want you to bear that.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, but that's incorrect. I've not been convicted in any court of law in Nigeria. There's a judgment that was obtained fraudulently from my Ilorin High Court. We have appealed it. That's not conviction. We have to get the facts right. And you're saying that the case of Saraki and the others is false. That publication was actually done by Premium Times, a very credible platform. they have also gone ahead and listed the companies that were used. 37 of the companies were not registered at the CAC. Several of them are also not on the database of the Federal Government Bureau of Public Enterprise. I think BP, I'm not sure now. So we republish that because we trust Premium Times. But it seems that this is one of the persons that are very disgruntled when they are told the truth.
All right. Incidentally, we have to take this break for the news to come. We'll be back immediately.
We should still be able to accommodate a call.
Okay. All right. Let's take a call more.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Rock City.
Morning.
Media platform.
Your name first. You need to introduce
yourself. Okay, Ade is calling from Africa.
All right.
We have radio, we have TV, and we have a newspaper. To some extent, TV and radio systems, they have been up and doing. He said, I will use your own station, and I said, you want something like this on any issue, depended upon when some caller are going around, you people always say, am I right? That's okay. And some newspaper houses, they are inciting, forcing wahala, government and the citizens. Not supposed to be. For example, now on just debate on IBDM, PMB's comment. Here, one from newspaper said, the president never mentioned this. In all his government, I've listened to it. You played it to us sometimes last week or early this week. I don't remember. Yeah, they put the headline, he said lazy, and they say lazy. And even say lazy, he doesn't say all Nigerian youth. They think that some newspapers, they are not up and working.
So that's why you prefer the social media, is that what you are saying, sir?
You said what?
That's why you prefer the social media, is that what you are saying? Just want to say that.
Yes, I prefer to say they are saying the truth. At least they have newspaper. And the newspapers they go wire because they want to spread their paper. They just put inciting headline.
Sensationalize it.
Because they want to make money and to cause problem in land.
All right.
What the sense of that?
Thank you.
Bless
you. You want to say something?
Yes, I want to insist that people should continue to use social media to expand their democratic space. In 2019, social media will be a major player in determining the outcome of the election. In fact, it's going to be Nigeria's first fully social medialized. If there's
exactly. We'll expand that when we come back
elections.
After the news. We'll still have a publisher of the Sahara Reporters and online with us, Omoyele Showore. We are looking at the 2019 general elections and how the social media will play a major or sway results, if you want to think about it that way. We'll be back after the news. Alright, it's good to know that you are still there listening to the Citizens Forum on Rock City 101.9 FM. With us is the publisher, Sahara Reporters and Online Medium, Mr. Omoyele Showore. We'll straight on return to you. Let's get your calls, let's get your comments on the different platforms provided. But again, let me just remind us of what the rules are for those of you who are not conversant with this. There should be no insult or abuse on any individual or personality as you make your comments. Please, this is very important. Don't come up with claims that cannot be substantiated. No incitement, no deliberate falsehood or propaganda. You don't have to agree with the comment. Yes, we don't have to agree. We don't have to have the same opinion. You are free to disagree with the opinion of that person, but not on the platform of throwing caution and decency to the winds. Thank you.
All right. I have this question I need to quickly throw at him, and I hope that you'll be able to. Okay, you should be able to. Now, let's look at the year 2014. That is the year preceding the general election, 2015 general election,
Yes.
and the role of the social media.
Yes.
Can you truly say that social media actually played a major role in how the election turned out to be?
Yes, very much and very well. Social media was the beginning of the conscious use of social media to influence election outcome, and it actually started in 2012 when young Nigerians got involved with Occupy Nigeria. That was when social media became a major mobilizing tool for Nigerians, especially young, people we call uppity Nigerians who are all over the world. So by 2014, we were done with test run, and they got involved, and you would notice that all the candidates had to spend a lot of money to set up social media handles and campaign on social media a lot. In fact, I'm aware that both sides recruited very expensive international campaign coordinators to use social media to influence the outcome of the 2015 elections.
All right. It was a test run
Yes.
some time ago. Now, let's look at the year 2018 and 2019. The general election is around the corner.
Yes.
All right. Can you say that we've truly come of age? And do you think that this tool can still be used or will be used effectively?
Yes, of course, it's going to be a major part of the 2019 election. Social media will be used as much as possible. It will go as far as possible. And the impression that we have or we share that the grassroots is not yet keyed into social media is wrong. Look, pretty much an average village person owns a cell phone, and mostly smartphones. The records we are getting from the NCC now is that almost 140 million Nigerians have cell phones, and most of them are smartphones. And most Nigerians actually carry two phones: one Samsung, one iPhone, and maybe a third one. Depending on their purchasing power. Exactly. So a lot of people are on social media, and people who can't read have people reading to them, have people showing them, because the formats have also changed very well and very much. And let's say by 2014, Facebook had not become the number one media company in the world, where you could get video to interact with text and photos at the same time. And now you can FaceTime. That wasn't around in 2014, I think. If I'm correct.
Yes,
so now we have that. We have all of those formats injected and put as part of the innovation that is driving conversation and interaction and engagement. So this is why it's going to be very, very interesting. WhatsApp has become the billboard of Nigeria. If you want to send out something, if you have 1,000 posters, it will take you maybe a whole day or 2 days with maybe 50 people to paste them. You have to go and buy fufu, buy pap and all of that. But with WhatsApp, you just make your poster, you send out, thousands and millions of people can receive them without, and when some receive it, they send it to their own group. It has multiplier effect. So social media is going to be a major player. And you could already tell that there's nobody that is spending too much money on newspaper ads a lot. Most people are hiring social media influencers, as they call them, to help them advance their campaigns and their ideas.
Well, let's also look at the activities on social media platforms. We have quite a number of them: Facebook, Snapchat, we have WhatsApp,
Instagram,
yeah. Quite a number.
Yes.
Now, how informed are the players or are the people on the social media using the social media? Because at times when you look at the activities, I tend to get worried at times, because at times you look at the so-called information being thrown on the social media platform, and then you wonder where that actually came from. Yet you see some people actually making comments on such information, and then you wonder, how informed are these people?
You see, when you say how informed are people, you must also look at the objective conditions under which they are carrying out all of this. Some of the people that are commenting, or people who are producing the content that you are worried about, are very well informed people. You could see with the language they couch some of these things that worries you, that they actually know what they're doing. The the important thing is that when they put out their information, that we as consumers are very very careful as well, and not just accepting them. A lot of people fall for these things based also on their biases. There are some people who will believe anything simply because it suits their own, social political agenda. You can't change that. And it doesn't mean that they're not informed. It might just be that they want to be mischievous. Some people just want to do things because that is, they want to be more egregious than the other person. I see that in commentary a lot. If people would first of all go to the website, they read comments first, and then they go back to read the stories later. And sometimes they don't even read the stories; they read only the comments, and they react based on So they form their opinion based on the first comment or the second comment. But that doesn't mean that they're not informed. You can see that so many of the comments are well written. They are written by well-informed people. But there's a difference between being informed and being educated, or being honest and conscious politically. So that's why I just want us to separate all of that. But one thing is interesting: people are engaging and interacting in ways that has never been done before. In fact, this age that we're at is actually the age of mass communication.
From what you've said,
But there's a difference. Yes.
It appears the social media will take the shine out of our traditional or conventional
It has happened already.
campaign period of posters, rallies.
Of course.
And now, are you not looking at the quality now, because of what will be turned out on the social
No,
media?
the qualities we have to improve,
Because we need
based
quality debate and engagement and information for 2019.
Let me tell you, the quality will have to evolve over time. Social media will give you the same quality that you can get if you do a rally. For example, you can do a virtual town hall meeting. When it's a virtual town hall meeting, you invite other people from around the world that you can't even reach at a local town hall meeting to join you to debate issues. And you'll be surprised at how rich this kind of debates can be. Because one, they are in their place of convenience. Yes. Secondly, they are not afraid, as may be the case for a town hall meeting or a rally where they might think the police might tear gas or thugs might invade. So, and the moment people are in their comfort zones, they can speak more freely than if they were in an enclosure where they're afraid that something might happen, or that the government is watching them, and all of those. So you can have the whole world. So the quality of engagement would not in any way be eroded. In fact, what we're getting, if what my mind is telling me is right, and what the statistics and analytics are telling, is that more and more quality people are engaging online than they are doing offline.
All right, let's get the people engaged. Let's get them involved.
All right, the studio lines are 0809-868-7344 or 0909-146-9670. You can use our Twitter handle. Just tweet at Rock City FM, or the Facebook fan page, Rock City 11.9 FM. The shortcut platform is also available for you to use. Just type Rock, ROCK, leave a space, then type your thought, include your name, send it to 32120. We pick calls first, and then we'll come back to the messages. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I used to read more about you in those days when you began. Shortly after your vibrancy days at Unilag, you gained more agenda today. Then you were a very reliable source.
Hello, caller.
You have received many flats and knocks. Why?
I didn't hear the
At
last
a
question.
point, we had a break. We couldn't hear you. Are you still there, caller?
No, he's
All right.
stopped the call.
You can use the short code
He's
or
stopped the
other
call.
platform. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, you are on. Somebody. Good morning.
Hello.
You are on. Can we? Hello.
No, this is Agemerio. Good morning. What's your name, please?
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
What are you doing?
Good morning, sir. Your name. Your 2 minutes is already counting, sir.
Yes, I'm Taiwan. sharp corner here. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How's your family?
Family is great this morning.
Yes. The atmosphere is hot. And I have my fear for the 2019 election. Well, how far can you help to down the situation so that we won't have bloodshed in this country? Arms are being purchased. Arms are being smuggled in. And you can imagine herdsmen killing people. I say, they say gunmen. Who are these gunmen? Will this not affect 2019 election? Will there not be war? What are you media people doing?
All right. Thank you,
To
sir.
give orientation to our people so that our lives can be saved.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. We've gotten it's taking note of your question. Let's take about 3 more. We'll come back to Showore. Hello.
Yes, good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. Sorry.
Can you move around where you are? Can you move around where you are so that we can have clarity?
Yeah, please, really. Yes, I'm happy. Let me say, I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all. Because social media.
I think we should allow you to call back.
Yeah, that should
call it,
just
sir.
be.
Yes, we'll call. Please call back.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, morning.
Good morning. This is I'm calling from Iteko. Hello.
We have you. Good morning.
Just your question.
Yo, I love the way social media has been organized nowadays because if you take a look at it, a lot of people have made it to social media. Apart from those people who are using it for bad work, those people are using it for fraud. You know, if you just say let's cancel social media, there is no way we can easily get our contact. For example, now there was a friend of mine that I've seen for so long time. We met on Facebook for business, and I was happy. I was eager to even like have his contact back. So what else do you want? The only thing we just want to do is that let's know how to stop those people that are using fake profiles. If that one can work out, there's no problem with social media. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hello.
My sister, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Karim Mutoja. I'm calling from Abeokuta. I would say as the social media, if not otherwise, they are using it. It has been helping for a longer time. But I want to ask you a question. You have been reading your report very well, and it's always very sound. The question is it only your political area? If not, most of the crimes that is happening in Nigeria today, especially the X-Men and otherwise, you are not giving us a report that we can read on it. Most of it's always actual accounts. Try and do something about that. Thank you. Good morning.
I hope you got that. All right. Okay. Let's take one call more.
Yeah, one call
All right.
more.
Good
Hello.
morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Dele. Good morning, Akimerio. Good morning, Sahara reporter. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Reporter.
Thank you.
Sir, you were supposed to start
Your name, sir. Your name, sir.
My name is Dr. Unkom from Ashero State.
Okay, Dr. Unkom.
You are supposed to start this program by 8:15.
Yes.
You came in 8:45. I didn't even bother to apologize to all that. You came in late. This is you will not do in the UK. Why didn't you apologize to us first? Before, because you want equity, people who will to come with clean hands. You should apologize to us that you came late, you kept us waiting. Thank you very much.
All right.
Yes, I apologize profusely. I'm very sorry for coming late. We have been having a grueling campaign, engagement schedule with town hall meetings across Nigeria, and we were in Akure. We left to come here, but our roads are really, really, really bad, and this is part of why Showore is coming to help take back Nigeria, take back our roads and fix them so that we can move from point A to point B within reasonable time and save on business, save time and energy that's wasted and just delays that are created by bad governance pretty much. So I'm very sorry and I hope you accept my apologies and you forgive me.
All right, so move on to other questions.
Yes, I wanted to say something that's very important that people are not looking at with regards to social media. It's actually an industry that is employing people, that's helping to. In fact, one thing that we haven't understood is what could be happening in this country today with regards to unemployment if social media was not there. There are thousands and thousands of blogs in this country that are making, even if it's $50 they make a month from Google, it helps them to pay their bills. It helps them have take care of their basic needs, and nobody is looked at that social media is just not some socializing tool. It's also an economic factor in Nigeria, and what it has shown to me is that the future for Nigeria in terms of even economic growth and development is technology as opposed to the lazy economy that we rely upon now, which is oil's lifespan is probably another 30 years. Nobody will be drinking oil anymore as they do now. So it's very important that we look at that. Someone asked me why I'm only why Sahara Reporters always does political reporting. That's what we set out to do from day one. And over time, even when we've tried to get involved in entertainment,
and other bits,
we did it in the same manner. We'd have like some very popular satire shows, Dr. Damages, and Keeping It Real by Adela, who is now on her own. They were very highly political, and some of them were even more popular outside of Nigeria than in Nigeria. So it's the way we design it from day one to be a platform that holds government to account. Yes.
All right. Can we check the messages?
Yes, starting with the Facebook fan page. We got this one from Honorable Lugundimu Hamed Ekundayo. Well, the media is no doubt a very imperative tool for sustaining a functional democracy. It informs and educates the citizens on the happenings in sport, entertainment, politics, etc. But for now, the media has been informing Nigerians about the activities of the elected representatives, both in the legislature and executive, and these will guide them in deciding who should be sacked and who should retain his or her office come 2019. More so, with the social media, the citizens are better informed on the policies and programs each party and the candidates are willing to implement if elected into office. We got that message from Honorable Ogundi Mohammed Ekundayo. And checking the tweet, I guess we're having a network issue here. We're here to have some tweets drop. All right, but just tweet at Roxy TFM and I'll try to try to see how to get the messages drop. While waiting for the messages to drop, we can pick more calls.
Okay, so we return to the telephone line. Somebody, good morning. Paying yet.
There's no campaign.
We have President Buhari.
We know.
Actually,
we know.
You are not wrong. I used to be president of the University of Lagos, so it's a permanent position.
Okay.
I just want to ask just a question because we have been listening about minimum wage of 100,000.
Yes.
And what is going to be the take home from president to the councillor? That's my point. And how are we going to create opportunity to the young ones on the street?
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right. I want us to add some of the tweets we have here.
Okay.
Zechariah Lubayo Tani Bola sent this in. Social media can be used to fight bad government in a mature way. And Surakat Abiodun tweeted, social media has come to stay in Nigeria and it has achieved a lot in terms of disseminating information to the public. You could see how social media were buzzing when Buhari said Nigerian youth. Okay. Were lazy. He never said Nigerian youth were lazy. He used those words. And that is an evidence that social media is active and alive. We got this one from Professor Bola AAA, greatest of the greatest Akokite. I salute your courage to wanting to serve again, having suffered so much in the hands of our rulers. And we got this from Yemi Da Vinci. I want to welcome Yele Showore. I hope I got Showore. Okay, I'm so sorry. Showore, to this wonderful platform. Many people call you a youth aspirant for the president's seat, but I think at over 40 years, you're not a youth.
That's correct.
Yemi Da Vinci tweeted still, Mr. Yele, what role do you think social media has played in the ongoing clashes between herdsmen and farmers? And how can we use social media to help mitigate it and end Boko Haram war? Yemi Da Vinci tweeted still, I agree with Mr. Yele that the social media is neither good nor bad. It is what we use it for. Even the gospel and Quran are used for evil by many people, but we haven't banned them yet. And we got this one from Adewumi. Ademuiwa, I'm in for this form of expression, which is the social media. Samu163 also tweeted, Rock City FM, I respect you too much, Mr. Showore, for your contributions in building this country, but I will advise you to drop your ambition to run for presidency. Go and check all human rights activists that have tried it, how they were brutalized. And we got this from Professor Agbola AAA. Give up step-to-step analysis on how social media can be used to revolutionize the thinking of Nigerians towards self-determination. Ismail Oloyede tweeted, in all honesty, the social media is not going to play any role in the 2019 general elections. The Anambra gubernatorial election is a clear example. Osita Chidoka of UPP won the election on virtually all the social media platforms, whereas the incumbent governor won on the field. And we got this from Olageshi Aziz Defo. It's okay at Yele Showore is aspiring for presidency, and I was hoping you guys will drill him on manifestos and agenda for Nigeria. Olageshin, we are not talking about.
I've just answered that. It's not time for a campaign. We won't
not
break
just yet.
the rule, please.
And this is coming from Eniola Egbekunle. I have been following Showore for a while, and no doubt I support your voice and moves. Do you see e-election becoming a reality in Nigeria? All right, those are the tweets we have so far.
Okay, can we come to Showore now?
Yes, I'll start with election. That is going to be a reality. It's a matter of time. If someone told you that we would have e-wallet some 10 years ago, you probably won't believe it. If someone told you that photocopiers will be replaced by cameras and mobile devices where you can just scan and send to anywhere in the world, you won't believe it. So e-election is coming your way. Be prepared for it. Yes, someone mentioned.
Yeah, link it up with the
Anambra election. Yes. It's actually not true that Osita won on all the because we actually did a poll on our platform at that time, and Osita didn't win the poll. It's not scientific poll, but Osita did not win. It didn't win on virtually all the social media. Osita was just very popular on social media because of his diction,
Maybe that's what he is referring to.
Yeah.
It was the most popular.
Yeah, but the role of social media in election is not just polls or the analytics alone. We're talking about how deeply social media will be used to transmit information, to transmit results of election, which we did in 2015, and to deepen the conversation around the candidacy of people, to dig into their background, to look at what had they said in the past. There's this thing that they usually say in Nigeria. I mean, it's a global balance that the internet doesn't forget. That things you said in the past, pictures you've taken, things you took for granted. Social media will help people to accelerate their research into your background. Da Vinci, I gotta say thank you very much. Great Ahoka, it's good to hear from you. Headsmen and social media. Come on, social media is helping a lot to propagate the information about the atrocities being committed by the herdsmen. No, if social media wasn't there, the government wouldn't have been under any pressure. They probably would have covered up 90% of the atrocities committed by herdsmen farmers clash. I mean, in those clashes. So social media is already playing a major role in it. And I want to ask about minimum wage and employment for young people. And if it is possible, yes, it's possible to pay a minimum wage of 100,000 naira to an average Nigerian worker. We've done our research and found out that this is possible. As a matter of fact, what an average Nigerian worker needs or is entitled to as minimum wage is actually 250,000 naira for them to have what we call dignity of labor. But this is what we can afford, and what it will add to the federal wage bill is just 1.3 trillion per annum, and that is less than what is stolen by public officials. And also, by the time we purge our federal workforce of ghost workers, which has been put by our research at 21%. 21% of federal workforce are actually ghost workers. You realized recently that the police found 80,000 personnel were ghost workers. I hate to say on your platform, but some of the people that are in the political office are also ghost workers. Considered viral in the last 1 year or so, when I'd not even spoken about politics, of me standing behind Bashorem Keobiola, who's from this city, and fighting to ensure that he recovers his stolen mandate from the military. I was 21 years old at that time. The other people you are talking about were hiding under their beds, or they were drinking tea with Abacha and Babangida. So when it was inconvenient to stand on the side of what is right, I did it and moved on. I was expelled. There was a time I was stabbed and almost killed and injected at the University of Lagos. I left, went to America, set up Sahara Reporters, which all of you enjoy today on and offline. And that has helped to broaden our democratic space and ensure that conversations are amplified beyond the control of government. And so when I come in front of you to present myself, I have a CV that you can verify.
So now I want to draw from that check.
No, it's not a check. It's when you want to be a leader, you have to prove that you can be decisive, that you can hire the right people, that you can motivate the country, that you can mourn with them, that you are not going to just go to sleep when they need you to be awake. These are the things that I'm bringing to the table. You market yourself as a brand to become a leader, and the brand is very strong. Is there organic outrage? Absolutely. Should we manage that and turn it to something positive? Completely.
All right, going back
Okay,
to some
okay,
tweets. Yes, I think we should dwell more on tweets now,
Yeah,
because we're
tweets,
talking
yeah.
about social media.
Yeah.
All right, we have this from Surakata Biodun. Please, I want you to ensure that news coming from Sahara Reporters are authentic and genuine at all times. Kudos for your courage for vying for the highest post in Nigeria, and I am impressed. God willing, we shall get there. We got this tweet from Ambassador Abiola. Okay, Showore, welcome to Egba. When will you have your town hall meeting in Abeokuta? I'm falling in love with your ambition. And we got this from Yamida Vinci. The major challenge about social media is the challenge with democracy and free speech. When there is freedom, there will always be the challenge of perversion of the truth. The thing to do is not to ban democracy or social media, but to strengthen the institutions. And we got this from Samul 63. Nobody is killing President Muhammad Buhari, but what we are saying is that how can a bad leader, that has failed to provide for his children, encourages to say such humiliating statement? Samuel 63, please, when you're using your words, use your words rightly. Remember, no personality should be insulted, and we need to choose the words rightly. Real Lurus also tweeted, Yele continues to wax strong. The youth are solidly behind you, and we are not unmindful of great feats you have achieved through social media, despite several barricades placed on your way. Keep doing good. And Abe Fagbemi tweeted, the tweet, short code, message, Facebook fan page, even on telephone call, all based on social media. And we got this one from Eniola Egbekunle. I agreed with Yele that social media, it's playing a good role towards 2019 election, or will be playing a good role in towards 2019 election through some people can now check their INEC eligibility. Okay, status. Okay, I think through social media, people can now check their INEC eligibility status. And we got this one from Surakat Abiodun. Please, under which political party will you be contesting for the post of the president come 2019 general election? And Dr. Kushimo also tweeted, the social media should be a plus in a community of literate and educated people. Nigerians are very, oh no, I won't be able to use that word. The time has come to enact and enforce a law to hold people responsible for their utterances and words and writings ahead of 2019 and beyond. Adeyinka Adedenbo also tweeted, Sure, you are highly welcome to this platform. Well, I want to know what inspires you to run for the office of the president, or to want to run for the office of the president. And then we got this one from Olusegun. All right. I think this is not just relevant. This is not part of what we're looking at this morning, Olusegun. And we have this one from Samuel 63. The youth is between 18 and 45 years of age. Sure is a youth. We have young and adult youth. All right, those are the tweets we have here.
All right, Sure, you want we just have 3 minutes.
Yes, somebody said authentic news. Yes, Sahara Reporters will continue to do that. I'm going to be stepping away from direct control of Sahara Reporters. It's my baby. I founded it. I made it popular, and by extension also made new media something that became very popular in Nigeria. And so please, we all keep monitoring it. And you all are partakers in Sahara Reporters. You know, you all are secret reporters to us anyways. So it's still going to be a citizen media platform. Egba Town Hall. We're looking at between May 23 to 26. Today we'll be doing a town hall in the Kenya, Chief Awolowo sometime.
We're sorry about that.
All right.
We know we have to keep to the rules. Yeah.
The political party, we've not decided on anyone yet. We are working to build a coalition of parties. Inspiration to run for president came from first being tired and sick of the current leadership and the way they've run this country for 58 years. Secondly, just to demystify the idea that someone who is not rich or powerful or connected or in the upper high class can be president of Nigeria, and just to respond to people who say that because you are not the son of somebody, you should go and become a councillor first, whereas they have a place, a president that is incompetent and has no capacity. Sure does. And I will also want to respond to those who are saying that maybe we don't have money to do this, that you don't need that much money. But in this case, if we have...
Don't you need money to become Nigeria's president?
You don't need that much money. We've tested it.
36 states as a constituency that you have to
So I'll tell you something that just happened. I arrived in Nigeria April 3rd. Today is April, what date? 25. And I've been to Kano, Kaduna, I've been to Ibadan. I'm here in Abeokuta, I've been in Kenya, I was in Akure, I've been in Owerri, I've been in Onitsha, Benin to campaign, and it hasn't cost that much because each time we get there, we're not paying people to come and be delegates with 20,000 naira. We're not branding rice for them, no grinding machine that is grinding their destinies and using them as
an election in Nigeria without all those ones.
People have realized that, you know, when they give them those things, they use it to withdraw their rights to have a better future. And that's what we are hearing from people. When we went to the north, we were surprised that even the poorest talakawas were asking for schools. They kept saying, we want our children to go to get makaranta. So, but what the politicians are doing as we speak now, they are packaging their stomach infrastructures that they think they would use for election, and that would fail them in 2019. Thank you for bringing me on your show. I see you say the time is over again. I apologize to your listeners for coming a little late. I will be back here in Abeokuta, Luegba.
All right. Yes, that will be the show, the program this morning, Citizens Forum. And yes, I'm sure you've enjoyed this with our guest, Moyele Showore, publisher, Sahara Reporters, and online medium. Yes, don't worry, we'll be having, if you can't have him in the studio, you need that problem over the phone.
Yes.
And all this one, so that we can interact with the people all the time. Again, I say God bless you all. God bless Nigeria, and God bless Rock City. Dele Ayodo is my name.